So I came up to the mountaintop forge, and now death is staring me in the face. My name is Xaelfas, and this is Hardcore Harry. Welcome back, guys. Just stepped out of base here a little bit ago, or hopped out, as you can see, and look what I found. A level 92 female Doedicurus. Now, as I told you in the last episode, this is a crucial dino for me. Not only is it going to help me craft things, but whenever using it, it's relatively protected. I mean, I can take out a T-Rex or something like that, you know, save a extremely high level. Something of that nature would probably eat us both. But, you know, it also has a roll mechanic to get away if necessary. It looks like my little bit of knockback got him stuck. Sorry, her stuck. Now, it's okay hitting the Doedicurus a little right now. They're extremely armored, and the frog's tongue actually has a bit of torpidity that's added over time. Obviously, I don't want to use it too much. It's not as effective as, say, the arrows, the narco arrows or anything. But we're going to lead this lady back to base. And I don't know why. Everything's a guy to me. I know. It says all kinds of things. But we're just going to slowly get her back to base, knock her out, and she'll be ours. I know, caveman style, right? Now, as you can see, in the wild, they're fairly slow moving. They're not too fast, realistically. It's not like an all-around best mount or anything like that, but they're such a powerful utility, and the fact that they have such a great defense is just a large bonus to them. The roll maneuver I don't use too often, probably on camera. I'll probably have to make note of that for later, just to kind of showcase you guys our little dinos as we accumulate them. And I would say sorry to be taming so much. It's just, unfortunately, at this phase of the game, it's necessary if we're going to move forward, and I'm going to actually craft this massive base out here. Dilo ahead. Forgot I tamed it earlier. I wasn't expecting to come across something I'd anticipated so badly. I was just looking for another dino. Yeah, we're going to get him back to base. So I'm going to jump ahead here in a second, guys. I'm going to take him here into base, and we'll see how it goes from there. And we'll see if this Dilo dies or not. Good luck, little guy. Or lady. I don't remember. Oh, wow. Well, here we go, guys. Oh, and it's on the run. I'm going to switch to these just to kind of hasten the ending for her. You know, a new beginning as well. Now, the Doedicurus actually take a lot more torpor to knock out, but the advantage that they give you as well is they do not wake up very quickly, relative to many of your carnivores and things. They're really nice. All right, she's out. It's gonna be a long tame, guys. I'm gonna give it some kibble and stuff here in a little bit, but yeah, we'll be back. Oh, look, we got another Dilo. All right, guys, be back shortly. So I came up to the mountaintop forge, and now death is staring me in the face. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is always good to know when you're looking at death. Often, if you can escape death, I would recommend it. If you see this particular version of death, the odds are there's no escape for you. Alright guys, I came up here to make something special for base. I'm going to attempt to survive and get back to base and, you know, see if I can get the opportunity to show you what I've invested in. Oh, look, no free fall. Haha. Pro stuff. Hey guys, Fluffy and I survived another day thus far. So, the one problem I'm noticing is that the giga population steadily increases as time goes on. So we will have to do a wipe or something at one point. Tame's still looking good. Like I said, that torpor does not drop very quickly on these guys. And we've already put in, I think, 7 kibble at this point. Now, let's see if I can show you our little surprise, if you will. It may not seem like much, but it's quite the advancement as far as a base goes. And I wouldn't have built anything like this until I decided on a permanent location, much less getting the levels and tech unlocked. Just an industrial grill, I know. Probably doesn't seem like much, but when you need to try to cook a bunch of prime real quickly for recipes, or you just get tired of cooking one at a time on a regular fire, then it is a massive upgrade, as I'll show you. First though, I wanted to pick a spot with a little bit of scenery, and I don't intend to overwhelm this entire area with structures, at least sections of it. And I do like these native beaver that are here. I may eventually have to wipe out anything that spawns here via turrets and things like that, but at least for the time being, I'm enjoying their company. And none of them are high enough level to justify taming, at least not with the 2 that we already have. And I'm not a stickler for things being straight or not hanging on edges or things like that. I just want them to be acceptable for myself, which can sometimes be a little difficult, but by no means a perfectionist. Not very good at alignment on things. Not in this game. They definitely don't make it easy without a free cam option. If you could have like a free cam that you could unlock in some way, or something that would give you sight in a temporary fashion, of course we need the map right now, right? Then it'd be a huge help in the game for building. But you know, short of them adding some facility like that, this is what we'll have to work with. By the way, I've got those fires burning right now with making coal for gunpowder. You know, I said it's not the easiest thing, so we're just dropping it. Runs on gas. Always gonna need more gas, unfortunately. It's not something that's really hard to come by. It's not even a resource that's crazy difficult to produce, obviously. But it's one that you have to have, you know, over the course of time, you have to maintain a certain amount available. So I think you get about 15 minutes per burn. That's pretty good, guys. You're never really using it 15 minutes at a time, at least not in my experience. Now, one of the great things about leveling up Fluffy, or just making the rounds with Fluffy, is she is the hoarder of meat. So anytime I need to do some cooking, things like that, as far as just sustaining the hunger bar, this would be a great way to do it. Also, I'm not usually going to show you guys some tiny upgrade here or there. It'll be visible, and as I do more upgrades to the base and other sections on the map, then I'll show you guys more specifics. Same with the tames. They're going to need, you know, as far as making kibble, things like that, they're going to need a pen or something to live in. But, you know, being that I don't want to make supplies accessible in such an excessive way, it will take time, just like any other progression in this game. But, you know, the great thing about that is it gives everything a sense of value. Maybe not as much to someone outward, but like each thing here cost me something to put. And so I also had to think about it a little bit. Look at all the meat. At least we're not going to be burdened with it. Always upping my weight a little bit. Currently staying at 300. Raising all my stats a little across the board. Not sure if I'll ever do health higher than 200 though, honestly. Potentially. We'll see what we do going forward. And we can reset everything via Mind Wipe tonics later, which I'm certain we'll do at some point. But they take a decent amount to craft. I don't even remember the recipe offhand. But we need to go ahead and move the ramps in over here. Not that they're necessary. We could walk right up that ledge, but it just doesn't feel right or look right to me. Now, it may be hanging off the edge, but I've used some industrial glue to hold it down. Our little pond over here. There's that wood we were talking about making into coal earlier. We're mostly waiting on that Doedicurus at this point, guys. Doing a little more organizing. Show you some things that I probably haven't mentioned to you already. Like, for instance, over here we've got a group of storage containers that I've set up. They aren't full with anything. Like I said, we need the Doedicurus and a number of other dinos to really focus on something like that. But I'm just going to leave this here now. This may not be a permanent part of the base. And you'll notice I have not roofed the base yet. I'm making a lot of decisions on what I really want to do with the structure itself. What I'm hoping to do, although it would... Now these guys over here were just some resident carnivores I decided to tame. And we will use them for eggs. But outside of that, these guys are useless. Now, I'm not sure if you remember, but we did lose a number of dinos to a level 72 T-Rex. It wasn't on camera, but I did mention it before. I think we should be getting pretty close over here. Oh, wow, yeah. Not even going to need to really use any more narcotic, but, you know, we'll have it handy. So while we're waiting on the little lady here, I thought I'd go ahead and mention that I've actually had a family of armadillos. Not younglings, but I would say tiny adult, if you will. They weren't adolescent anymore. They weren't dependent on their mother or anything like that. I'm not even sure how that relationship works with them. But I had 3 of them that were in my backyard. And if you don't realize this, you can usually be very close to them without startling them as long as you're slow in movements and things like that. They have, they have the natural armor and things, but that's about all they've really got going in their defense. And they're just a cool animal. Oy. She has a very deep voice. Just too cool. These are basically your rock gatherers and get out of dodge when necessary. Roll through things to... You can actually kill dinos by rolling through them constantly. I wish the effect worked a little different than it does as far as damage and things, but it's nothing I'm going to complain about for sure. Exactly. It's pretty awesome. Now, I'm not sure how you survive that, but I'm gonna take it. You guys notice we were getting like 15 stone before per rock? 70, 71 on the one before. 64. I know it can go higher than that. We're just not being all that lucky. 73. Not sure what the range is on things, or if it's based off the actual thing you hit or what have you, but I just love these guys. You notice they get a little slow whenever they get burned, just like anything, including when they're rolling like that. The only thing we're ever going to need to pump on this little lady is weight. Might pump something else along the way, but weight's all we really need. Rocky helps us cross a milestone that we probably never would have gotten further on. At least not as rapidly as we'll be able to now. We're going to move ahead now, guys. One last thing. Now, this is one of the most boring tames in the game. A Bronto. You'll notice I'm trying to choose females for egg production. We will use their eggs, even if we're just eating them. So I'm going to do some odds and ends here around base. I'm going to tame up this Bronto. Maybe we'll come back before we do something else. I don't really know yet. But like I said, the most boring ever. So I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you for watching as always. Have fun, y'all.